The year is 2035. I step out onto Mars, and the first thing I notice is the silence. A silence so complete it feels like the planet is holding its breath. No engines, no birds, just the whisper of our suit pumps, the crackle of dust under my boots, and the thin wind moving sand across rock that hasn't changed in billions of years. Every footprint we leave here is the first line of a new chapter of human history, carved into a world that never asked for us and cannot help us if we fail. We didn't come here for a flag. We came here to see if humanity can really live on another world, not for a weekend, but for years at a time. The first habitat is smaller than a city block. Inflatable modules buried in regolith for radiation shielding, airlocks and tunnels connecting labs and sleeping pods, rovers parked in rows like tools in a garage. Outside, solar fields stretch toward the horizon, feeding batteries and supercapacitors. Beneath a mound of dirt, a compact nuclear reactor hums steadily, the heartbeat that keeps this tiny bubble of Earth alive. Inside, nothing feels heroic. It feels like a mixture of spaceship and workshop. White panels, cables, handrails, and checklists taped to almost every flat surface. Air is recycled. Water is mined from ice and dust, cleaned and used again. Every breath, every sip, every watt of electricity has a spreadsheet behind it, calculating what we can afford to use today and what must be saved for next week. We run checks again and again. Oxygen levels, CO2 scrubbers, pressure seals, 3D printed parts replacing those that wore out too soon. On Mars, a loose bolt is not an inconvenience. It's a failure mode waiting to happen. And we learn to hunt those down before they find us. Outside, our work is simple to describe and brutal to survive. Every task begins with suit up, pre-breathe, check each other's systems, and step back into a world that does not forgive mistakes. We test regolith for water content, drill for ice beneath the surface, and send cores back to the lab to read the climate history locked inside each layer of dust. We deploy robots to build, scout, and fail so that we don't have to. Swarms of small rovers map hazards, cargo haulers move habitat modules into place, and semi-autonomous drones watch the sky for the first hint of a dust storm. Exploration here looks less like planting a flag and more like maintenance. But this is how new worlds are actually won, not in a single moment, but in 1,000 careful adjustments that keep fragile life one step ahead of the environment. At night, Mars changes. The sky turns black and sharp. Phobos and Deimos crawl overhead, and the sun is just another star we used to call home. In the habitat, we talk to Earth with a time delay that never goes away. Messages arrive from family, from mission control, from people watching a world away, but they always feel like they're coming from the past, answering questions we haven't asked yet today. Isolation on Mars isn't just distance, it's time. Every conversation is a slow orbit of words and replies, and in that gap, you learn who you really are when no one can reach you quickly. We are close enough to see Earth as a star, and far enough that no one can come and help us if something truly goes wrong. There are no rescue launches, just in case, only what we brought and what we can build here. So we learn to rely on each other, and on the machines we used to call tools and now quietly call partners. Wearable AIs watching our biometrics, suit software predicting failures before we feel them, robots taking the first risk when the terrain looks wrong. Outside our small circle of light, Mars is not waiting for us. It's not hostile, not welcoming. It simply doesn't care if we are here, and that indifference forces us to care even more fiercely about one another. Red dust will still move in slow storms long after our tracks are gone, but that dust also holds water. That rock holds fuel. This sky can power cities if we learn how to catch every photon we can. If we can survive these first years, Mars can become more than a destination. It can become a place where children grow up having never seen Earth's sky, where home is a dome under a faint salmon sunset, and blue is a color they know mostly from old videos. One day, a kid might run across a pressurized corridor, late for class in a school carved into bedrock, and think of those first habitats and dusty suits the way we think of wooden ships crossing an ancient ocean. The first night on Mars is not the climax of our story. It's the prologue. The moment we proved that the universe outside Earth is not just a backdrop, but a place we can step into. For the first time in history, a species that evolved under one small blue star is trying to build a second home. We are testing whether intelligence can become more than a local accident of biology. If we succeed, human history will no longer be the story of one planet. If we fail, these footprints in ancient dust will be all that's left of our attempt. Either way, the experiment has already begun. Mars is no longer just a light in the sky. It's a mirror showing us who we become when survival depends only on us. If you want to follow humanity's next steps beyond Earth, stay with us. Like, subscribe. More futures, soon.